Kenzie.
Yay! Good night, everyone. He ended on a banger, which is his boat. Do you do a lot of banging on your boat? That was beautiful. That was beautiful, and I love that you wear your merch, and it's so shiny. Yeah. Thanks for opening us up. Nerd Nate, everyone. Give it up for him. Yay! This next comic, I got to see him last week, and San Francisco. We only get to have him for about a month because he's doing a low-key cross-country tour from Boston, and he's going around to cities for just several weeks. He is touring with his comedy. Do you understand his goals for me? So I really like him. He's just a great human as well. He's really into 90s music, oddly. I don't know what it is, even though he's like Gen Z probably. Give it up very large for Alvaro Mendoza.
What's up, guys? Yeah, that's right. I'm crossing the country. I'm in a van right now. I'm not actually even here to do comedy. I'm just looking for housing. If anybody wants to give me their home, that's kind of what I'm here for. I'll tell you this. Do you guys think if I was a dog and I saw somebody being racist, I would be like, why is he being so mean to that slightly grayer guy? Little colorblind joke, why not? Let's kick it off in a wholesome way, huh? I don't know. I come from a town called Lexington, Massachusetts, which is where Paul Revere rode through that bitch. Actually, no offense to Paul Revere, I just don't think he deserves credit. I feel like if you give me a horse, I can scream at houses. You know what I mean? It's not that impressive. You think 40 minutes into that ride, you think his horse was like, can you shut up? They probably didn't get along too well, you know what I mean? I don't know. The town that I grew up in is Lexington, and I went to school there. I grew up super sheltered because I went to private school. And one day this kid came to our class and he told us he was friends with the public school kids. He's like, guys, this girl, she just showed me her pussy. And I was like, was it a stray? I don't know. I did find out about what pussy was eventually, but for me it was from porn. You guys remember the first time you jerked off, how amazing and incredible that was? Sorry to ruin this establishment by talking about touching my penis, but I remember the first time I jerked off. It was incredible. I was like, that's it, no more books. You know what I mean? But now jerking off is more of a procrastination on my responsibilities. I finish up, I sadly pull up my pants. I'm like, I guess I'll just fucking empty the dishwasher now. You know what I mean? I don't know. I have a dad that's old. My dad is 83 years old. Yeah. That's the kind of old where you go in a convenience store and people treat you like a parent. I'm like a single father, guys. You know what I mean? I don't know. You go in there and everyone kind of stops dead in their tracks and they look at you. They're like, are you in charge of this liability right now? It's like, I'm not the dad. My dad put a drink on the counter and the cashier looked at me for approval. He was like, is he allowed to be having peppermint schnapps? I'm like, God, I hope so. You know what I mean? I don't know. He watches the news too much. It's not even current news. It's old news. He watches his news on YouTube. He's not even really watching new news. It's not even news. It's kind of just an old tale of what's going on. I come in, I'm like, Dad, what's wrong? He's like, the British are coming. That already fucking happened. You know what I mean? I don't know. He's kind of a buzzkill. A little bit, one time I told him about a girl that I liked, and he told me that I should enjoy it while it lasts. I was like, I love her, and he's like, people are going to be on the streets soon. I was like, all right, that's kind of depressing, you know what I mean? I'm like, just pass the salt. a doomsday prepper. He's like a doomsday prepper, but a doomsday prepper that never prepares. Like he just doomsdays, you know? Which is like the apocalypse is gonna happen and it'll be like, Dad, did you pack any water? And he's like, no, but I told you this shit would happen. You know, I don't know. I wrestle. And I'm not in high school. I'm like an assistant wrestling coach for a high school team, which was like not really my first choice. I just really like wrestling. But then when you get older, I don't know if you guys know this, there just like aren't that many places where you can just go and wrestle. You know? Like there's no pickup wrestling. You can't show up at a court and start grabbing people. Some guys like, you want next game? I'm like, I would love next game. And he's like, basketball? I'm like, no, I want your leg. You know? When I talk about wrestling, wrestling is actually not a very popular sport in progressive states. It's like more of a conservative sport, which I always thought was funny. It's like in the place where they accept gayness the least. They're like, yeah, they're like, you grabbed his balls? I'm like, yeah. He's like, that's fantastic. You know, but in progressive states, if you tell someone, like I told a gay guy that I wrestled, and he was like, that's fucking gay. You know, I don't know. I like the job though. You know, like I like beating up 14-year-olds. You know, like I wasn't very good at wrestling in high school, but I am now. You know. Yeah. I'll have them with a single leg move every single time. They're like, Coach, how did you get into my house at 3 in the morning? I'm like, you gotta work on your technique. That's the problem here. How are you guys doing? You guys doing good? Again, I'm not here for comedy. I'm just waiting on my pizza and housing. That's kind of what I'm looking for. I don't know. I guess I'll tell this. I know you said end on a banger. I don't know if it's gonna be a banger, but I'll tell you. I've never sent like a nude to a romantic partner, but I have sent one to a scammer. I got like tricked I got baited by a guy into sending me a picture of my penis, which is embarrassing, you know? And he called me, and he was like, if you don't give me $500, I'm gonna put this in a group chat with all of your Instagram followers. And I didn't give him the money, I did the opposite. I told him that I deserve the consequences of my penis going out into the world. You know? Yeah. You could tell I wasn't bluffing because he started to reason with me. He's like, please, we don't have to do this, just give me the money, you know? Yeah. That's the thing about bluffing, is like, he wasn't. He like sent it out immediately. And I had to post on my Instagram story to like warn people, you know? I was like, hey guys, watch out. In about 5 minutes, there's gonna be like a massive penis headed your way. Just thought I'd let you know, you know? Totally backfires to do that. Because it kind of just like boosts the viewership, you know? They're like, how did you find out all of ours news? It's like, he told us not to look, so I thought I'd take a gander, you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know. Gander, thank you. I don't know. I kind of learned my lesson. I don't send the nudes anymore. I just kind of like hold them, but keep talking to the scammer. Because you kind of get like a friend out of it if you do that. You know, someone to check in on you at night. He's like, what are you wearing? I'm like, thank you for checking in, Kennedy. It means a lot to me. You know what I mean? All right. Last thing I'll say before I get out of here. If enough people call you gay, it's like at a certain point, you kind of have to like at a certain point, you kind of wilt and just be gay reluctantly. You know, that's kind of how I feel. My friends are telling me I'm gay. I'm like, yes, I'll suck a dick. All right, you guys have been amazing. Give it up for your hosts. Keep this shit going. All right?